you're going to have a day where it's going to go down 400 or 500 points. So ultimately, it's like, in a way, you can think of it like a sunny day. That's the day to go out and have fun and go fishing and go swimming. But you know that eventually the snow is going to come back, the rain's going to come back, the weather's going to get bad again. You're in economically bad weather. Consumer sentiment is low. Inflation is still out of control. Most people believe that we're already in a recession right now, but it's a confusing recession because typically with a recession, there is high unemployment. Well, unemployment is actually quite good. It's about 3.6, 3.7%. So people are trying to figure out what this is. And I think the reason they're having trouble figuring out what it is because we've never really created these conditions before. This was all kind of man-made. The Federal Reserve and their easy money policies created this weird economy where all these strange things are kind of happening at once. And I think they're trying to figure out what's going on. So among all the experts, the numbers are kind of all over the place. Should we invest? I invest all the time. That's one thing about investing that keeps you from going crazy is I just pick my strategy and I stick with it. Rain, sleet, snow, or hail, I stick with it. I'm very consistent with what I do. It's like picking my wife. Some days, I'm going to tell you the truth, some days being married ain't that much fun. Some days my wife gets on my damn nerves. But that's my wife. I'm not going to divorce her because we had a bad Tuesday. I'm just going to wait until Friday, and maybe Friday she'll be in a better mood, or maybe next week we'll figure out why we love each other again, right? And so the reality is that investing is the same way. If you marry the game, you married the game. Right. So if you're an investor, be an investor, period. Like, don't try to be wishy-washy. The easiest pathway to failure in life, in my opinion, is to try to be all things to all people, or to try to be something different based on whatever the rest of the world is doing, or constantly changing things. I think you have to be flexible. You have to kind of know what's going on, maybe make some adjustments over time, do some pivots. But, the idea of sort of jumping in and out of the market based on what you think is going to happen, that is a losing game. I've seen all the research. You guys know, I understand this at a scholarly level. I mean, I've read thousands of research papers on this crap. It doesn't work. Market timing, that's what they call it, market timing, when you're jumping in and out of stocks and trying to pick the right stock at the right time and all that. Market timing typically does not work on a short-term basis. But where it does work is if you see solid companies and you pick, 10 solid, 15, 20 solid companies, and you stick with them and you consistently invest in them over a long period of time, you will have more money than your friends. You will have more money than your neighbors. So how do you get a strategy? Well, you got to learn. We do stock market class every Tuesday. It does not cost that much. College, I'm sure, costs you $100,000. Our stock market program is $89 a month, and the first month is free. We literally make it as cheap as we can. We got to pay our team. We run a business, so we have black people that we have to pay. So we can't do it all for free. But it's very low cost. It's very high quality. We have money back guarantees if you're not happy for any reason. So feel free to hit the link in the bio. Join us. I can explain every single thing that you need to know. And also, last night we did our options class. Some of y'all were in the options class last night. Let me just tell you, I am so pumped up and excited to teach that, because that is the best way I have ever seen to make money, ever. I mean, literally, in terms of, if you do it right and you're careful and you know what you're doing, there's nothing that beats it. There's no such thing as a dream job anymore. When you really know how to make money, there's no such thing as a dream job, because that means that you're like a really high my phone gave me a warning. A dream job is something I grew up believing, but that's just not true. There's no such thing as a dream job. It's like picking your favorite prison. Like, you don't want to be in prison. Prisons all suck, even the good ones. And then number two, being an entrepreneur, it has varying levels of contentment as well. Sometimes being an entrepreneur sucks because you're working all the time. You can't go see your kids because you're working 14, 15-hour days. So there have to be other skills that come with that. The best way to make money, I found, is really with passive income that comes from building a capital base and making specific moves, right, where your money's really working for you. And that's what the option thing kind of does. And so feel free to join us. You can hit the link in the bio. If you go to hit the link in the bio, everything is there. Feel free to join us there. We got other stuff going on too. Alicia's doing speed dating in Atlanta on July 22nd. That's where I am right now. We have a house in Atlanta, so I brought the kids down to Atlanta for a couple weeks. If you're my friend and you want to meet up here, if I say no, it's not because I'm being rude. It's because I want to spend time with my family. Like, that's really important for me. But I am in Atlanta. and I'm gonna be down at the Black House, and we have an office down there, and I'll let you guys know when we're going down there if you want to come down and meet up and stuff like that. And then also on the 29th through the 31st, Herb Strather is doing a Black Wealth Builders Summit in Detroit. I'm participating in that. Dr. Claude Anderson is participating in that. He's got bank presidents participating in that. And why is that important? Well, Herb, his last business deal was a $300 million business deal. Herb Strather does big boy deals. He doesn't do, like, house flips on a house that costs $30,000 and stuff like that. I mean, that's fine. That's fine if that's where we are. But this guy has literally bought entire malls and apartment complexes, and he built the whole